Hi everyone. Today we are talking about Introduction to Data Science. Going to the table of content. Today we are going through what is data science, then various data science job roles, life cycle of data science, and the difference between data science and business intelligence, then what data science prerequisites and skills and tools used in data science, data sampling and various data sampling methods, then what is big data and 5 V's of big data and machine learning and advantages, disadvantages and types of NoSQL and SQL and at last ethics and morality and their differences. Then what is data science? Data science it is a interdisciplinary field, the domain of study that deals with the vast volumes of data using modern tools and techniques to find unseen patterns, derive meaningful information, and make business decisions. Uses complex machine learning algorithms to build predictive models. Uses statistics models, process algorithms to extract the knowledge of insights. The data used for analysis can come from many different sources and presented in various formats. Then, what are the various job roles in data science? One is data scientist, data analyst, data architect, data engineer, statistician, database administrator, business analyst, data and analytics manager. Now, we are moving to the life cycle of data science. First one is business understanding. Ask relevant questions and define objectives for the problem that needs to be tackled. Second one is data mining. Gather and scrap the data necessary for the project. Third one is data cleaning. Fix the inconsistencies within the data and handle the missing values. Fourth one is data exploration. Form hypothesis about your defined problem by visualizing, analyzing the data. Fifth one is future engineering. Select important features and construct more meaningful ones using the raw data you have. Sixth one is predictive modeling. Train machine learning models, evaluate their performance and use them to make predictions. Seventh one is the last one, it is data visualization. Communicating the findings with the key stakeholders using plots and interactive visualizations. Now, now we are talking about what is data science or data driven science is about. Asking the right questions and exploring the data, modeling the data using various algorithms, finally communicating and visualizing the results. Now we are looking the difference between data science and business intelligence. The characteristics of business intelligence and data science. It is one is focus. In data science, it is reports, KPIs, trends, and in business intelligence, it is patterns, correlations, models. The process, it is statistic and comparative, but the other one is exploratory, experimentation, and visual. Data sources, pre-planned, added slowly, other is on the fly as needed, transform, upfront, carefully planned. Other is in database on demand enrichment, data quality, single version of truth, other is good enough probabilities, then data model, it is schema on or other is schema on query, and last one is analytics, retrospective and descriptive, other one is predictive, prescriptive and preventative. And we are looking the engagement process of the business intelligence. Step one is build the data model, second one is define the report, third one is generate SQL commands, fourth one is create report. About data science, first one is define hypothesis to test, second one is gather data, third one build a data model, fourth one explore the data, fifth one build and refine analytics models. Then what is data warehouse? The data warehouse is a schema on load approach because of data. A schema must be defined the built prior to loading data into the data warehouse without an underlying data model. The BA tools will not work. Then we are moving about some data science prerequisites. First one is statistics, second mathematics, then programming language. In statistics, it's about inferential statistics, then descriptive statistics. Mathematics, it is linear algebra and calculus. Then programming knowledge, it is Excel, Python, R, SQL. Then machine learning, database, mathematics, some other prerequisites. Then about the skills are tools used in data science. Skills and tools used in data analysis. Skills that are R, Python, statistics, tools, SAS, Jupyter, RStudio, MATLAB, Excel, RapidMiner. About machine learning, the skills is used is Python, algebra, ML algorithms, statistics, tools, Spark, MLib, Mahout, Azure, ML Studio. In data warehousing, skills it is used ETL, SQL, Hadoop, Apache Spark, tools like Talent, AWS Redshift. About data visualization, skills and tools, and skills are R, Python libraries, tools, Jupyter, Tableau, Row, etc. Then, what is a data scientist and what does he or she do? A person who has knowledge of mathematics, business, and technology is mainly from real world raw data, process the analyze, then meaningful in data, then useful insights. That is collecting the data and giving the useful insights. Then we are looking about data sampling, a statistical analysis technique used to select, manipulate, and analyze a representative subset of data points to identify patterns and trends in the larger data set being examined. Data sampling process, it is first one is identify and define the population, second one is select the sampling frame, third one is choose sampling methods, fourth one is determine the sample size, then collect the data. The various types of sampling methods, that are two types, probability sampling and non-probability sampling. The probability sampling is divided into four. One is simple random sampling, cluster sampling, systematic sampling, and stratified random sampling. About non-probability sampling, it is also divided by four. First one is convenience sampling, quota sampling, purposive sampling, and snowball sampling. Then we are moving to what is big data. Enhancement of technology led to a result in production of tons of data. To collect and store these large volumes of data is termed as big data, a term for collection of data sets that are humongous. Data to process is huge, difficult on using data using system tools. The 5 V's of big data, one is volume, huge amount of data, variety, different formats of data from various sources, value, extract useful data, velocity, high speed of accumulation of data, then last one, veracity, inconsistencies and uncertainty in data. We are looking through what is volume. The first one is volume. The name big data itself is related to a size which is enormous. Volume is a huge amount of data. To determine the value of data, size of data plays a very crucial role. If the volume of data is very large, then it is actually considered as big data. This means whether a particular data can actually be considered as a big data or not is dependent upon the volume of data. Hence, while dealing with big data, it is necessary to consider a characteristics volume. Then velocity. Velocity refers to this high speed of accumulation of data. In big data, velocity data flows in from sources like machines, networks, social media, mobile phones, etc. etc. There is a massive and continuous flow of data. This determines the potential of data, that how fast the data is generated and proceeds to meet the demands. Then sampling data can help in dealing with the issue like velocity. Then is variety. Variety is divided into three: structured, semi-structured, and structured. About variety, it refers to nature of data, that is structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. It also refers to Heterogeneous sources. Variety is basically the arrival of data from sources that are both inside and outside of an enterprise. It can be structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. Then what is structured data? This data is basically an organized data. It generally refers to data that has defined the length and format of data. Semi-structured data. This data is basically a semi-organized data. It is generally a form of data that do not conform to the formal structure of data. Log files are the examples of this type of data. Then last one is unstructured data. This data basically refers to unorganized data. It generally refers to data that doesn't fit neatly into the traditional row and column structure of the relational database. Text, pictures, video, etc. are the examples of unstructured data which can be stored in the form of rows and columns. Then veracity. It refers to inconsistencies and uncertainty in data. That is, data which is available can sometimes get messy, and quality and accuracy are difficult to control. Then big data is also variable because of the multitude of data dimensions resulting from multiple dispersed data types and sources. Then value. After having the four ways into account, there comes one more V which stands for value. The bulk of data having no value is of no good to the company unless you turn it into something useful. Data in itself is of no use or importance, but it needs to be converted into something valuable to extract information. Hence, you can state that value is the most important way of all the five ways. Then about machine learning, scientific study of algorithms and statistical models to perform a task using inference rather than instructions. Machine learning, it is a technique that used for making predictions from the past data. It is data model prediction. Then types of machine learning. One is supervised, then unsupervised, then reinforcement learning. Supervised learning, it is classification and regression. Second one is unsupervised, it is clustering, then association, then dimensionality reduction. Third one is reinforcement learning, it is understanding the correspondence through feedbacks. Then different ways of handling of data. One is NoSQL, refers to non-relational database that provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data. Data model, it means other than the tabular relations. Existence in 1960s. The advantages of NoSQL, it is handles large data, works with the semi and unstructured data, easy updates on schemas, developer friendly, takes full advantage. Then some disadvantages of NoSQL. First one is compatibility, that is database use new characteristics which are not 100% compatible. Second one is lack of standardization, no standards like their relation DBs. Third one is cross-platform improvements to be made on some systems so they run on non-Linux operating systems. Last one is poor usability, not really useful management tools. Then some type of NoSQL. First one is document database, data stored in JSON, based on XML. Then key value stores, data stored in key and value base. Column oriented database, read through columns. Graph database, relationship between data. Then we are looking what is SQL. Basically, SQL stands for Structured Query Language, which is basically a language used by databases. This language allows to handle the information using tables and shows a language to query these tables and other objects related. With SQL, you can insert, delete, and update data. You can also create, delete, and alter database objectives. The advantages of SQL. First one is faster query processing. Large amount of data is retrieved quickly and efficiently. Operations like insertion, deletion, manipulation of data is also done in almost no time. No coding skills for data retrieval. Large number of lines of code is not required. All basic keywords such as select, insert into update, etc. are used, and also the syntactical rules are not complex in SQL, which makes it is user-friendly language. Standardized language due to documentation and long establishment over years, it provides a uniform platform worldwide to all its users. Portable. It can be used in programs in PCs, several laptops independent of any platform. Also, it can be embedded with other applications as per need requirements use. The last one is interactive language. Easy to learn and understand answer to complex queries can be received in seconds. Then some of the disadvantages of SQL. One is complex interface. SQL has a difficult interface that makes few users uncomfortable while dealing with the database. Second one is cost. Some versions are costly and hence programmers cannot access it. Third one is partial control. Due to hidden business rules, complete control is not given to the database. The types of SQL. First one is data definition language statements, data manipulation language statements, transaction control statements, section control statements, system control statements, embedded SQL statements. Plus, now we are talking about ethics and morality in data. What is ethics? Simply explained, ethics is the moral code that governs a person's decisions and actions throughout their life. A moral code of encompasses what is considered to be right and wrong for a community or society as a whole, as well as what is determined to be right and wrong for an individual. Then what is morality? Morality frequently demands people to put their own short-term interests aside for the greater good of society. It's crucial to understand that what's ethical isn't always moral and vice versa. In case of conflict between the two, morality is given top priority because the damage is more, it is more common and basic, while ethics is considered to be less serious, hence given a second priority, but is treated to be relevant in today's scenario because of complex interaction. Now we are talking about the difference between ethics and morality. In ethics, more general and perspective based on customs and traditions, then more concerned with the results of wrong action when done, then trust is on judgment and punishment in the name of code or bylaws. Examples like character fraud, extortion, corruption, and crime. In morality, specific and descriptive, it is a critical reflection on morals, more concerned with the results of night action when not done. Trustees on influence education, training through codes, guidelines, and correction. Examples like notations or beliefs about manners, taste, customs, and towards laws. Hope you all understood everything. Thank you.